Conspiracy theorists will say you crapped your pants and had to change them. It wouldn't take me half an hour to change my pants. You know I own 2 pairs of pants. I guess the conspiracy theory there would be that I crapped both of them. So as a result, I had to do some laundry. I'm not going to say it's never happened before. Yeah, there was, I mean, it was a long time. So there was a part of me that's like, I want to let chat know that, like, this is not like a public crisis or something. Like, you know, nobody's health is at risk or anything. But then I was also like, it's kind of hard when you got, you know, like, your child. And you're like, hey, honey, can you just give Dada a second to let 8,000 strangers in chat know that... Ooh. I know you're, like, crying on my shoulder right now and you, like, don't have control of your own emotions or anything like that, but could you just, like, break off the contact that's providing you with the slightest bit of comfort right now so I could update 8,000 strangers on your emotional state right now? I have a red ring around me, like I'm a piece of hardware developed by Microsoft. I'm dead. That's fine. Dude, I don't want Makella, okay? I got no problems with you. So anyway, that was that. That's basically what, I mean, children are wild, man. So she was walking yesterday. She hit her foot on the leg of the couch, fell over sideways, and kind of hit her head, like on the side of the couch a little bit. And me and my wife were like, oh my God, this is a disaster. She cried for like a millisecond and then was like, I'm fine. On Saturday, she grabbed a sticker and tried to eat it. I pulled it out of her mouth, and she was inconsolable for like half an hour. So like physical injury, not that big of a problem for a toddler apparently. Your father saving you from choking to death on a sticker. Cause for concern. What was she upset about there? From what I could glean, they were out for a walk, and then our daughter tried to run into the water, and my wife was like, no, don't do that, you'll die. And then she was like, you know, you're not the boss of me. Something like that. Don't throw this at me, mister. I'll have you know I have 6 flasks remaining. I'm feeling great. Should stop running into that. Alright, if you're gonna kill me, just kill me. Well, you know, she might not have necessarily drowned. I don't know what's in the water in Vancouver waterways. She might have just gotten like a terrible staph infection or something, but either way. Eaten by a large fish, an orca, the Stanley Park coyotes, etc., etc. Trez? Tinnitus? He's become a blue man. Oh, okay. So I get bled. Alright, that's bad. Okay. So that's why this guy's so hard. We could just race him. We could try. He also heals most of his health when he does that. Look. We're used to that. That's just your classic Malenia. He's like literally unstaggerable though, huh? He can't be staggered. Okay. Someone says there's a tier you can use that would help you there. Hold on. Do you have a... I have to go... I don't want to... Look, I know it would probably save me an hour, but I don't want to spend like the 30 seconds to walk back. And then walk back here. You don't have it anyway? Okay. There you go. Easy. It's called working hard, not smart. Okay. Bad start. Horrible start. Who's been the hardest boss so far? I'll give you like one guess. Maybe the one that we fought 100 times on Friday. I don't even think it's up for debate. Crucible and Misbegotten is literally like second though, and I'm not joking. Fair enough. Moog's about to take that spot. I could believe it. I mean, like, look, we got people out there beating Elden Ring, you know, with their feed, hitless, etc., etc. Has anybody ever done it immediately after facing a large, like, emotional bomb? Comforting their crying infant daughter? No, most people, like, I'm not going to say there's no trauma, like, for Souls experts and speedrunners, but usually it's like, oh, mom told me that dinner would be at 6:30, it's 6:32, and I don't have chicken nuggets in front of me yet. We're dealing with some real stuff here, man. My damn DoorDash driver was late even though I didn't pay for priority anyway. There you go. You can dodge attacks in this game. Little known fact. Alright, you could also get hit by them, is another little known fact. I know you're like the blood guy, but like you should still bleed. Because like if you're so blood rich, like you should give me some of yours. He's weak to bleed? Not as weak as I would like. He's trying to get away so he can do his cool thing. He hit me with the tinnitus. Heal me! Okay, we lived. What's this? Flames on the side of my face. That's a new one. It didn't seem that bad, though. I felt like we did a little better there. Maybe get some space. Don't step in the fire the whole time. Standing in 3 AoEs at the same time. Check this out. Is that you, Michaela? Alright, now that we got him mad, he's extra damage to ego confirmed. That should have at least, like, sent you backwards slightly. Just due to the shock wave. Whatever, tres me. See if I care. Can't do anything to stop it anyway. Probably. Short of engaging with the lore, which I refuse to do. Whoa, whoa! Okay, maybe next... I don't know how long his recovery is. Maybe next time we can pizza cut him, but... I wouldn't recommend this. But I gotta try. Because it's humorous. Dude, we skipped a phase! Okay, get ready to heal through it. Okay, and we're chilling. Okay, don't stand in the AoE this time. Had a feeling something like that was coming. Had a feeling something like that was coming. It's better to get hit by the first one there, probably. Source dude, just trust me. Just gonna back it up slightly. Because I'm afraid. we don't take those, ideally. I'm in 12 different variations of fire simultaneously. Oh, man. I definitely think we can get him, though. This is not so bad. Tyler Mott to the Rangers for a 4th-round pick. Honestly, my head says that that's a totally acceptable trade for Tyler Mott, and I knew he was gone in all likelihood anyway. All I'll say to the Rangers fans is my guess, especially in the playoffs, you're going to feel like you just got a damn steal. I think that's just asset management from the Canucks because they're going to lose him anyway this offseason. But if you're a Rangers fan, if you're going to make a post that's like, hey, Rangers fan coming in peace, how should we feel about Tyler Mott? He's a great 4th-line guy. Obviously, we haven't been to the playoffs that much. But on our last playoff run, he was awesome for us. And honestly, a good penalty killer who has some offensive potential, scores some shorthanded goals on occasion. So I'm sad to see Tyler Mott go, even though I knew he was gone anyway. And I'm glad we got something for him rather than just letting him walk for nothing. But Rangers fans, you'll be pleased with that pickup, I think. If you're not, then don't at me. All right, I'm dead. Not sure what you're talking about, but so true. Oh, thank you, thank you. I don't really love to watch him leave, but but I know what you're getting at. Hello, Sinvicta. Hello. I'm waiting to see if we trade Besser, Garland, or JT Miller. I don't necessarily want to see any of them go, but I also think, you know, the team is in dire need of some reworking. And we got a new administration. You know, I'm willing to give them a chance to implement their vision. All right. Wasn't even close. Here's a question for you, chat. $100 million guaranteed or a 50-50 chance at $1 billion? Honestly, it's like the easiest choice of all time. Everybody, and people, like, because I've read some behavioral finance books, people always say it, like, as soon as they take, like, one probability class, they start to say things like, it's so stupid, the expected value of the billion is 500 million at a 50% chance. So you're literally losing 400 million by taking the 100 million. Yeah, but it's like a 100% chance that you're like insanely set for life versus a 50% chance that you have 10 times more money than you could possibly need at all. Probably several times more than 10 times now that I think about it for longer than a second. Help. We should have gone for the, we should have rushed him there, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's a number you could raise there that would make me take not the 100 million. And I'm being completely sincere. If you were like, what about a 50% chance at $1 trillion? Nah, man. I'd still rather have the guaranteed 100 million. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't construct one where I would answer the opposite. Like, if you were like, hey, a guaranteed $100 or a 50% chance at 1,000, I would probably take the 50% chance at 1,000. Just because, I'm dead. I'd like to sip, please. If I missed out on the 1,000, I wouldn't have to spend the rest of my life being like, man, imagine if I just took that guaranteed 100 million. Guaranteed 1 million or a 50% chance at $1 billion. Now you're getting spicy. Now that's a spicy one. Because $1 million is like insane, life-changing money for anybody but like an existing millionaire for sure. I mean, I don't like, look, if you were like, hey, straight up, you can have $1 million or $1 billion, what would you choose? I would choose the billion, but like, I also feel like a billion is like, I don't want to say too much, even though it obviously is too much, but it's like so much that it doesn't even need to be there for, like, you don't derive, or I think the way I live my life, I'm not deriving all of the possible value from $1 billion that I should really consider that number when I make a choice in this situation. I'm still living. I'm still dodging. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want $1 billion, really. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet. I had to roll through some fire. Okay. I don't know. That would be one that I would lose sleep either way, I think, on that one. Because a guaranteed million is obviously insanely pog. 50% chance at $1 billion. I mean, really, that's like, again, I wouldn't find a way to use the whole billion, I think. You could buy the Vancouver Canucks. I wouldn't want to buy the Vancouver Canucks. That's like, you're literally like buying a job. I don't even know if you could buy them. You could probably buy them for $1 billion, but I mean, like, I don't live a particularly lavish lifestyle to begin with. But if pressed, yeah, I could probably find a way to spend like $50 million at its peak, maybe. $1 billion is just getting to the point where it's like, it's crazy. I mean, 50 million is insane. $1 billion is just absurd. I should be dead. I have not fought well here. Guaranteed 50K or get your hair back. I'm basically making that decision every day, right? Isn't that about what a Turkish hair transplant would cost me? I make that decision every morning. My friend got one of those. I've said it before, okay, and I'll say it again. If you've got, if you've gotten a hair transplant, no, I don't consider you a traitor to the bald nation, okay? It's your life, man. I don't think that by you choosing not to embrace your baldness, you're like taking anything away from me. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror every morning. I bet you don't look as weird bald as you think you do. But if it makes your life better, then go nuts. It's your money, not mine. Now, the flip side of that is what I would say is if you're like 20 years old and the cost of the hair transplant is a like staggering amount of your net worth and you're like, should I go into debt to get a hair transplant? That's where I might encourage you to just, you know, it's cheaper at this point in your life to just love yourself unconditionally. But that's also a hard thing to get to, I'm sure. Are you going Trez on me already? We might have just raced him there. We might have been better off just racing. I made a huge mistake. I just double sipped on like 10% of my HP. There was no need for that. There was no need for that. Stop it. This one just doesn't feel right, man. It was so bad. Oh, man. I mean, again, like, I'm not saying, look, better is a word that's hard to, you have to define what it means before you actually do it, right? Is it better to have $1 billion than 999 million? I guess at the end of the day, you would rather not needlessly take less in a thought experiment. I'm just saying at some point, every subsequent dollar that you would get in a thought experiment like this matters less than every dollar that came before it. I really thought your weapon wasn't that long. So, like, at the point, like, it's actually, if you say, like, would you rather have a guaranteed $100 million or, like, a 50-50 chance at $1 billion, you might as well say, like, at a quadrillion. Because, like, I have no, I feel like your life, or at least my life, should not be meaningfully different between having $1 billion or a quadrillion. Probably be a little different between 100 million and a quadrillion, just because, like, a quadrillion is, like, I don't know, like, as much money as exists in the world. But at that point, you would have to just spend it constantly, otherwise the entire world economy would collapse or something. Would you still stream? I don't know what else I would do, because I wouldn't have. It's like if I had $1 million by the Bare Naked Ladies said it perfectly, right? We wouldn't have to eat craft dinner. We still would eat craft dinner, of course we would. We'd just eat more. We buy all sorts of fancy ketchups. We could buy like Dijon ketchup. Daily Bare Naked Ladies bit incoming. I did. One of my friends linked me to an article, and I have to say, you're not gonna you're not gonna say +2 for this. It's hard to say I have sympathy for a billionaire. Okay, I understand the concept of there being no ethical billionaires, but the premise of this article was basically like a billionaire being like, I wish people would stop emailing me death threats. And then he's like, I get it. Like, people are mad. There's like a lot of wealth inequality. Don't get me wrong. Here's like, the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that I donated to charity and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I think I could put myself in his shoes and be like, I would be pretty pissed if people were like, I'm going to come to your house and kill you. Here's where you live. Even though I had, done a lot for society, but also, earned a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a bias I think you have to acknowledge if you're being intellectually honest, okay? Which is that you don't even know who this guy is. And you're saying he should give more. You don't know how much he gave yet. You're predisposed to be like, this guy deserves to have people threatening his life. Like, that's too much, okay? You gotta actually at least listen to the data, okay? Which I don't have in front of me. But anyway, the main thing about this that got to me is the dude is worth, like, in the low single-digit billions, I think. And every day, he calls his investment manager 2 times. Hello. He calls his investment manager when the market opens and when the market closes in order to figure out the intraday movements of his portfolio. And I'm like, dude, you have like $7 billion net worth. Just like drink a Mai Tai or something. Just chill out. Like, why are you wasting your life worried about the intraday movement of the Dow Jones? Okay, bye-bye, honey. Bye-bye. I'm glad she seems to have calmed down a little bit. She was so upset. She was like, it's the most upset I've ever seen her. Which again is like how you know that she was not in like physical harm. Because anytime she's injured herself, she only cries until it stops hurting. Her spirit got injured by something that her baby brain doesn't quite understand yet. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna live. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Okay, phase 1, we dodge and we race. That's get behind him. I'm going in. I don't care if we take a little hit here. We're gonna sip once, then we're gonna pizza cut and race him. And honestly, we're holding the pizza cutter. He may bleed once more. I made a terrible mistake. Not a good plan. The phase 1 race makes sense, though. We can beat this guy by the end of the stream. That's not even, like, up for debate right now. We're close. Would you show your butthole on Twitch for $50 million? If I wouldn't get banned, I would absolutely do that. That's how much I love my family. $50 million is a ton of money. Like, that's how much money you can make in Major League Baseball if you're, like, really good at hitting the ball with a bat. Like, that's... Who wouldn't, honestly? Would you care if you got banned? I don't know, I'd prefer not to. Just in general. I guess I would find a way to... I could just move to YouTube at that point, perhaps. But, like... I mean, here's the thing. I don't think, like, I'm embarrassed by my butthole. I just think it's like showing somebody... The only reason I don't want to show it off is because some people would get a rise out of it. So I have to actively deprive you of the ability to see it because some people would, like, get off on it. I don't necessarily consider it, like, an intimate part of my body. It's just where the poop comes out of. Like... Doesn't really bother me. Helps. But now that I know that the price is set at 50, then we'll start the bidding at 50 million. You gotta race him. When you get the window, you gotta take the window, because this guy, he just rushes you down with flames and DOTs, and that's gonna hurt. Knew that was coming, but I couldn't get out of it fast enough. Okay, 3 flasks. We gotta race. We gotta dodge 1 and then race, or we just gotta go in. You're gonna play it a little slow, then sure. 1 stagger. We probably win this fight. He's exploding. I just took the 50-50 and won. What's your PayPal? Honestly, were that true? First off, I'm not going to let you send it to me on PayPal. It's probably going to be like 5% fees. Are you insane? Well, you know what? Okay, if the seller pays the fees, I could have done it that time. If the seller paid the fees, I might... I don't know. Send me a wire transfer. I want that to land in my account. I don't want to have it pass through Jack Dorsey's desk or something like that, and he might be like, this looks suspicious. I'll fly you out. Get a cashier's check. I'll fly you out. We'll go to the bank together. As soon as I get confirmation that it's deposited in my account, I will give you the code to an encrypted photo of my butthole. And you know what? I'll even give you commercial rights on that. I don't think they're going to be worth a lot. There we go. But I wouldn't know. Maybe I got the most beautiful butthole in the world. I've never really taken a look, honestly. Bleed me? Did I already bleed you? He's bled. Get out of there. Okay. We don't race yet. We chip. Not bad. For 500 million? Sounds good to me. Not dead. I'm gonna get out of here for a second. I thought that was a great sip ability. 6 flasks. I'm feeling okay. We need to dodge something like that. Yeah. Then we come in. I knew that was coming. He explodes. He doesn't explode. I know what's coming next. You got a sip. I would have loved a double. I'm going to take a double. Stay in there. We're fighting. We're dancing. That hurts. Huge dodge. Stay frosty here. You're close to blood loss as well. That's going to hit. I'm so lucky. This can happen. We're dancing. Anytime you're dancing, it can happen. 2 flasks. Not ideal. Come get a taste, man. Come get a taste. Come on in. Give me a dodgeable attack. That's unfortunate. We're still at, like... Not into the fire. One stagger. We're 1 stagger away from victory right now. Phase 1 feels good. Phase 2, still a little touchy, but I think we got him. This is a well-balanced boss, I think. Look, don't get me wrong. It's kind of annoying. Like, the amount of AoEs is kind of annoying, but otherwise I'm having a good time with the boss. Who would win in a basketball game? You in LeBron's body or LeBron in your body? That depends. Are we playing one-on-one? It might sound messed up. I feel like LeBron's brain in my body is like a double disadvantage because his muscle memory is going to be all messed up for like some guy who's like 5'10", 180. Like his mechanics are going to be so bad. So how tall is LeBron? He's like 6'8" or something. I feel like one-on-one, I mean, can I just hold my arm up and block all of his shots? And then jump slightly and dunk on him? Because he's not stopping my dunk. Like, I don't have that kind of vertical, man. It's all about the mental? I don't think it is, though. Like, basketball has got to be at least a lot. I'm staggering you, or we're giving up. All right, we're giving up. Like, I feel like it's a lot about your height, right? Like, those people are really tall in the NBA, typically. You and Stans had the exact same reasoning. I feel like it's that's the normal take. Like, I think it's the sane take. Now, if we were doing, like, the opposite, you know, like, if it's Magnus Carlsen's brain in my body, and my brain in Magnus Carlsen's body, I mean, I think I would probably bet on Magnus Carlsen's brain, although he would probably be a little bit more tired by the end of our match, although it would probably be, like, less than an hour long, without a doubt, and that's if I took 10 minutes to make each of my moves. No, at chess. I'm talking about at chess, not at basketball. I'll have you know, I have played basketball, but to give you some indication, I went to school in rural Canada, and in 5th grade, I tried out for our basketball team of 5th and 6th graders and didn't make the cut. So I was not good enough at the time, and this might have been at the peak of my basketball prowess, I was not good enough to make our public school basketball team. Oh, you're not even on Trez yet. And, like, there was a boys' basketball team. There were probably less than 100 5th and 6th grade boys in my school. So, at the time at least. I don't know about now with so much population growth in rural Canada. You know, it's a different story now. Go ahead. That's a good one. Who would win a boxing match? Me and Mike Tyson's body? Mike Tyson and my body? Not even at his prime, like as he is right now. I mean, I don't know how to throw a punch. So I feel like Mike Tyson in my body could definitely crush me, even if I was in his body. I'm flaskless. I certainly don't know how to take a punch either. So I think I'm going down in the first round, quite frankly. But it is a good question. I lived. Get staggered. Dude, this is our stagger. It's our last chance. We have to go for the stagger right now. You see your moment, you take your moment. Then, you smack them. And then we just go, it's pizza cutter or die. That's it. And it's die. But we were close. He got up faster than I thought. It's a good fight, though. Why pizza cutter? Ah, because it's funny. Mostly. Yum. Which American president could you beat in a body-swapped fight? Well, I'm physically weaker. And any president that would beat me in a fight, I feel like I could beat them in a body-swapped fight. Like Obama 2008's body, my brain probably beats Obama 2008 brain, my body. I think. This guy's already on duo. That's so cringe. Not as cringe as me getting hit by that. I didn't even know that was an attack. Obama would dummy you. Well, no, but I have his body. And he has my body. Did you forget about that part? In his body, it's not even close. I'm in trouble. I've used like 6 flasks. I haven't even done anything. There you go. Good one. Terrible one. Good one. He's exploding. Yeah, don't get up there. He's not staggered. You don't. You forget the miles of Peloton you're doing every day? Well, I mean, if we were doing presidents I could beat in a Peloton race, or like in a Peloton output competition, like I'm crushing Biden. That's not even close. I'm crushing Trump. That's not even close. I would think that retired Obama could probably beat me on the Peloton as of right now. I also think retired George Bush, isn't he like a half marathon runner? I think he would have a reasonable chance, quite frankly. Bill Clinton, one of the rare presidents where either now or in his presidency, I would smoke him on the Peloton. In his presidency, he was a little heavy set and preoccupied. And after his presidency, he's old. Ronald Reagan, I would smoke on the Peloton. But then I do have to say, and Bush Sr., I would smoke on the Peloton. But I also have to say, once you get back a little further, like once you go back to like presidents that were presidents in the 60s and the 70s, I feel like they thought that exercising made you like a communist. So I feel like I go on like an undefeated run for a little bit there. Eisenhower's kind of like, he's always my wild card. Because if you look at a photo of Eisenhower, like, he was like old man ripped. And young men always overestimate the value that youth has. Like, yeah, two athletes in, you know, a sport, the one that's at their prime at like age 26 is going to be, in apples to apples comparison, better than the same guy at 40. But like, if you're just sitting on your couch, you know, eating like wheat thins, and you're going up against somebody that's running half marathons, I knew it. The 55-year-old running half marathons is going to dust your ass. He's going to smoke you because he put in the work. So I don't know. I think I definitely, I crush most of the presidents in the 20th century on the Peloton. Eisenhower, I'll give him a shot. There's also some, just look at a photo of Woodrow Wilson. He looks like a guy that can cycle. I don't know if bikes were invented back, you know, in the early 1910s. Maybe he was on the one with the one big wheel, one small wheel or whatever. He just looks like the kind of guy that could bike. He's giving me some juicy windows, man. I'll step through the fire and the flames for this. I don't care. Pre or post polio? Woodrow Wilson had polio too? No, you're thinking of FDR. No, I mean, I was thinking of Woodrow Wilson. Chad might be thinking about FDR. I'm usually thinking about FDR because, I mean, I'm just going to say it. FDR. How many presidents have there been? Originally, I was going to make a joke and say that he was in the top 48 presidents. 46? Okay, 46. But like, if we're being sincere, you got to throw FDR in the top 5. I know it's so cool on the internet. You just come up with a loophole. None of the presidents are based, actually. Okay, motherfucker, that's not what I asked. I said which ones are the most based. You're too much of a coward to answer the question. That tells me something about you're not gonna make it in the impending climate crisis unless you can make tough decisions like this. Okay? Air or water? Which one you taking in today? I'd like both. Okay, guess what? You get neither. What about the invasion of Haiti? I went to a Canadian school, so I've never heard of it. Ergo, for the purposes of this discussion, it's not germane. Don't hit me. I took so long to wake up there. Also, now do every other president. There's like one president in history without an invasion, and I don't even want to touch that one. You guys are going to take that the wrong way. Get me out of here. Lincoln's, there's no doubt Lincoln's up there, okay? I understand. It's a very, like, you know, it's a very modern take. Actually, Abe Lincoln wasn't like a moral hero. He just was like, you know, he did what he felt was best for himself in the moment. Yeah, but like, he did administrate the winning of the Civil War. That was a good, things would have been a lot different if that one went opposite way. Put a lot of respect on Ulysses S. Grant for that one. Put a lot of respect on, who's the other, the general, I always forget, William Tecumseh Sherman. Put a lot of respect, I'm dead. Not a good sip opportunity. Put a lot of respect on both of them for that. I'm dead, fair enough. People like William Tecumseh Sherman, right? Because he was like a little zany. He was kind of like Girl Interrupted, sort of. Like he was like a part of the military, but also he was kind of like he had short hair that was dyed like a neon color. People were like, "Whoa, you're like a little twisted." Which U.S. presidents were filler arcs? Oh man, I mean Gerald Ford, definitely a filler arc. Bush Sr., definitely a filler arc. I can't even go like too far back because like at some point like half of the presidents in the 1800s were filler. Sip me. I don't think Jimmy Carter is a filler just because he was only one term. I think the ninth... Look, I'm not much of a political scholar, but does anybody... Sorry, I'm channeling Dennis Miller. Does anybody else think that the 1980 election between Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan set the tone for the American political landscape for the next 40 years, or just me? That hurts. That hurts even more. I'm just dead. I get that I'm farming bastes here, okay? Jimmy Carter put up the solar panels on the White House. Ronald Reagan won the election, ripped that shit down. Why would you rip that shit down, man? That's just, that's such posturing. It's crazy. You're like, you know, those solar panels, take them off. They make us look weak. I get that there was an energy crisis, okay? And people were, you know, pissed off at Jimmy Carter. This dude's installing solar panels on the White House. Meanwhile, I have to wait in line to buy gasoline, okay? I understand. At the same time, why would you rip the solar panels down? It's just ignorant. That's gonna hurt. Run away. Bit of a based farmer here. Like, I get it, you know, you got a different base. You don't have to put more solar panels up. I mean, you probably, looking back, probably should have, but, like, at least don't tear them down. That's just... It's just cutting off your nose to spite your face. Hold on, I'm pogging again. I'm good again, don't worry. He's left-handed, I know what I'm doing. Even though he's holding that in his right hand. Alright, yeah, that's my bad. I'm gonna be on like 4 flasks for phase 2, but let's try. Do something? Good. Do something 2022 challenge impossible. Always get stuck by the delay. That's fine. You're about to find out being large is a disadvantage. Oh, man. No, we were like, again, look, I understand. We can avoid the 3 flask loss on the, you know, Unus Annus by, like, getting a Diet Coke token that will require me to ask where it is on the map, and then there will be, like, an argument. They'll say, no, chat, stupid, it's not that one, it's this one. Then it'll be, like, the earlier one, and then I gotta fight, like, an Erd tree to get it. But we were literally, like, 2 jump attacks away from killing this dude. All we gotta do is, like, dodge some extra attacks. We pretty much got it. It's just gonna take a minute. Just gonna, you know, the law of a reasonable amount of numbers. Might be moving to the northwestern United States. Any warnings except for the wildfires? Well, you can't really do anything about the wildfires except like respecting campfire bans. But like, I mean, I would just say like get a good rain jacket, and I'm not even just like being pithy. It'll make your life better. You don't need to go all out, like, you know, you don't need like a $5,000 like rain gear setup from REI or anything, but like a nice rain jacket and like learning to carry an umbrella will help you out for sure. And maybe also like a vitamin D supplement. That killed me, and I guess I wasn't as full as I thought I was. Also, then, like, now you're going to send me off on another path, but, like, learning to walk with an umbrella is also, like, we're all in this together, man, okay? If you have an umbrella, you don't go under the underhangs or the overhangs. You don't go under the awnings. You let the people without umbrellas take the space under the awning. If you have an umbrella, you eat the rain because you've got the mechanics to eat the rain. And also, if two people with umbrellas are coming towards each other, the taller one raises their umbrella over top of the other person's umbrella so that they don't get an umbrella collision. Those are like the only two things you need to know. It's a simple umbrella right-of-way. It was written into the Constitution. Wow, that was a huge bleed trigger. I should not have been standing there. Am I being trolled? You're not being trolled. What do you mean being trolled? Nope. That's just basic decency. I'm going double sip just in case. That was nice. That was nice too. I don't remember this one! Jerry! Okay. Beautiful dodge, followed by a follow-up I had not internalized existed yet. That's gonna hurt, okay. I'm amazingly undeceased yet to this day. Took a lot of damage from that fire. Yes, yes, attack me. I regret it. I regret it. Not as much as I regretted that. I got hit with everything. Oh, man. Anyway, apart from that, it's fine. You don't have to wear or like carry an umbrella either if you like don't want to. You know what got me to carry an umbrella more often? Was using my phone while I was walking. You know, when I was younger, I was like, I don't want to carry an umbrella. I forget at places. I'll just wear a rain jacket and get wet in the rain. Who cares? Then you get a smartphone. You get addicted to the smartphone. You start using it while you walk. But when it rains on your damn touchpad. And then it's unresponsive. That's where you start carrying around an umbrella so you can have umbrella and phone strats simultaneously. Just don't use your phone for 5 minutes. I live in Canada. People here sometimes walk for longer than 5 minutes.
Is mine and mine alone.
Like, I know in other countries that maybe are southerly neighbors, the only time you walk for 5 minutes is when it's Black Friday at Best Buy, so you had to park in parking lot Z in order to get to the Door Crasher special, and it's a 5-minute walk to the front door. Here in Canada, sometimes we walk for upwards of 5 minutes, as much as 10 on occasion. See, we're still in the same boat together. Wow, wow, wow. Wait, that's true. It's more of an urban-rural divide. I actually feel bad making that joke after I went to Josh's wedding and we literally stayed at a hotel where there were like restaurants across the street and there was a sign saying it's illegal to cross the street here because there's too many cars. There was no way for me to get to the restaurants and the Target on the opposite side of the street because there was like a 4-lane highway in each direction going 24/7. So in order to get to the Target, we had to wait for our friend to wake up and then take his car, go onto the road, and then cross over by making like 3 right turns or something. It was unbelievable. Okay, nice hit, nice hit. Skill issue. I mean, I think you could have crossed, but then, and I'm not just moving the goalposts, I swear. There were also no sidewalks. So it was like you would cross, and then you would have to walk through, like, a drainage ditch. Like, it was not designed for pedestrians, that's for certain. Honestly, though, Caesar salad at that hotel was kind of busted. I was there for 3 days. I think I ate 4 chicken Caesar salads. Nice try. Okay, you got me a little. Just DOT. Who cares? You're going to bleed me. I should heal. I'm not worried about boluses. The only B I'm worried about is the B button that allows me to dodge roll. I need to get close enough that you do a physical attack instead of just littering the arena with AoEs, man. He loves to just spam. You're not wrong. I just gotta stay close, man. He's so beatable. I'm not even interested in Michaela, just for the record. Like, I don't see why this guy's so cheesed off. Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. No, way. I think you need it. No, I think she needs a new one. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of Avril. What about this? It's a long stagger window. I think you're better off. Hey, come on. I think you're better off taking the crit and then taking the stag or the bleed after if you can manage it. Sip me? Sip me? Sip me. Sip me! I needed the sip so I could use an attack there, you motherfucker! On the bright side, I think we're closer to a bleed trigger than normal. So there is that. Okay, you gotta delay your dodge there slightly. I deserve to be dead. That's fair enough. I do, it's on my list to get the jump attack talisman. What's the percentage? What is the extra damage you get off of it? 15%? That's pretty considerable. That's not nothing. Okay, get your head in the game. If we get our head in the game, nothing can stop us. Summon squeaks. I deserve that. I deserve that. I'll tell you, I deserve that. I didn't get to watch a lot of streams this weekend, which is not necessarily atypical, but I mean, I watched 3 movies. You know, that time's it's got to come from somewhere. And the Batman is almost like 3 movies long, just in and of itself. So like, rank the movies. You can be as mad as you want to be. I think Spider-Man No Way Home is the best of the 3 movies. I would probably say Turning Red was better than the Batman. The Batman was still good. I was blessed to see 3 good movies. I'm not being a hater. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Oh no, it's going so well too. Okay, back me up, back me up. He dodged. You motherfucker. I shouldn't be here. I was in such a good spot. If he stopped going shh, psh, 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 we would have been fine. He do be spraying. Say it, don't spray it, man. Say it, don't spray it. Also, I forgot. I will say, as long as we're mining 4 hours worth of anecdotes about a 3-hour movie. The Batman, one of the first movies I've ever seen in the theaters where people check their phones like all the time, and I was never once was I like, oh no, the screen. I was like, damn, this makes a lot of sense. I know why you're checking your damn iWatch. Because the movie's been on for 2.5 hours, and you're like, what the hell? There's still an hour and a half left. I think people were like, you've been in there. So I did the same thing when I went to the bathroom during Dune. Obviously, I checked what time it was, because I'd been in the movie so long, I forgot, like, what time it was. Like, I became unpinned from the 24-hour clock. But also, I wouldn't say I missed this about going to the movies, but I was laughing. There was a couple behind us at the theater that was just, anytime any plot point happened on the screen, they were talking in Spanish for like 5 minutes. I just heard like this wife explaining to her husband over and over, like, you know, this is what's happening, I think, because I don't speak Spanish. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I was like, I forgot that part about the movies, where you could be watching a movie called The Batman about a guy in a bat suit, and then, like, somebody would appear on the screen in a bat suit, and then they'd be like, who's that? And you'd be like, oh, that's the Batman. You see? Who's this guy? Oh, that's the Riddler? Who's this guy? That's the district attorney. He was introduced in the final, like the scene that happened one previous to this. It's the Bat! It's such... Irrespective of your views on both politics and podcasts, one of the great all-timers of social media. Joe Rogan looks like one of the guys in a Batman movie that would yell, "It's the Bat." Absolutely true. For the record, so do I if I wear a beanie. So, you know, who's laughing now? 2 of these? Would you? I still got a sip. I'm scared. I feel like I got a sip. I got to try to get behind you. I know you're left-handed. Just one more. So worth. Well, he didn't heal as much as he normally does, so that's great. He's got to be close to a bleed. Okay. That's completely my bad, motherfucker. Oh. Joker laugh. I told you I just saw Batman. What is Batman without the Joker? Thoughts on Batman movies getting darker over the years? I mean, when it's done right, who cares, man? Like, it is, as much as I love the Marvel stuff, it is nice to watch, like, a movie where there's, like shit's going down and nobody's, like, making any jokes. Which is funny, because, like, the Batman is actually pretty humorous. I can't tell you the parts that I laughed at, because they would be, like, omega spoilers. But there's, like, some very comic moments in the movie, but it's never like, you know, oh, looks like somebody pissed in his batios this morning. Like, it's not like that. It's just, it's funny in a more, you know, abstract sense. But it's like, I don't mind, like, the problem with so many of those, like, DC movies for me was not that they were gritty, it's just that they kind of, like, were not very good. Like, the Chris Nolan Batman movies, they're somewhat gritty. But nobody's ever, like, the big problem is that Chris Nolan made it too gritty. They're like, the big problem is that I can't understand what the fuck Bane is trying to say. And also, like, how did he get that shit set up on the bridge and also escape from that Turkish prison and also get his back healed in, like, less than 20 minutes? Like, and then, like, we got bigger problems on display here. Sip me, please. Sip me. Don't spray it. Say it, don't spray it. Okay, now, let's do some melee attacks. How does that sound? Let's do some melee to one another, and then not run away immediately. I didn't know that's what was coming, honestly. I'm upset. Well, joke's on you. You just bled me. You can't believe me. I'm not a Sips, man. This is disastrous. Hang in there. I'm dead. You gotta wait for that one. Give him one more. Right across the wrists. Ooh! I'm dead. Alright. Dude, if only I could play the way I play on 0 flasks for the whole fight. I would be like, I'd be insane. I'd probably be one of the best to ever do it. Just chug your whole ship before going in. Dude, I would love if you could chug 12 Estus on the way in, but it would cause you to fat roll. Nobody's doing gymnastics with a belly full of Estus, man. We got very lucky with the patterns here. I knew he was... I'm starting to get just like a mouthfeel for this fight. I think I don't remember that shit. Whatever. As long as I hit you, I'm okay. I'm not crying. You're crying. Get ready for the sips. Sip again and then hit him. It's not so bad. It's a reasonable attempt. That's your punish? You're so lucky. You got that bleed, though. You got that bleed. You got that bleed, bleed, bleed. You got that bleed, bleed, bleed. Don't explode. I need to heal myself. Fight me up here. Fight me up here. 6 flasks. Staircase. Insane tech. Okay, get ready. You know what's coming. That would have broken my heart. Deserved. I'm sipping anyway. You're not punishing. Take your sip window. That would have been a nice punish, but take your sip window. Stagger. The stagger window's incoming. Should have known. Definitely should have known. Sip me. Sip me 2 times. Roll to the side. Get out of here. Okay. 1 flask, 1 stagger. That's all it takes. Standing inside the AoE, wouldn't recommend. 0 flasks, 1 stagger though. Fire's dissipating, come on up. Fight me on the stairs. Kiss me through the phone. Greed. Pure, unfettered greed. But also, it's really hard to get out of the fire. I need, like, some fire shoes. Horse, maybe? Horse? Use a rune arc? If there's a boss you can't beat, using a rune arc is based. If there's a boss you can beat, using a rune arc is cowardice incarnate. I speak, note please, for Soul's Discourse, NL speaks exclusively about his own experience. He's not trying to make you feel bad about the way that you play the game. You're not the main character of NL's story. NL is the main character of NL's story. Hold on, I'm fogging. I'll take that. That was as good as it gets. Now, I bet you reset your stagger, but I bet you didn't reset your bleed. I'm going. Oh, I went. We went red. Stairs. Great place. The stairs are safe. Okay. Face me. Face me here. Nice stagger. I'll put some respect on your stagger there. That hurts. I'm alive. If I live through that, I can live through anything. Source dude, just trust me. I am about to bleed. I would fear the bleed. It would be a great time to have a bolus, but that train has sailed. Still chilling? Not chilling. I got hit there. I had him. One more roll, I had him. Even though I was in the corner. One more roll and he was done. I got the download. I was so ready to send a free at last. I mean, this guy's kind of tough. Like, this is not an easy boss. If there's a boss fight like I'm embarrassed by that we've done so far, I mean, the first attempts at Radon were pure ass. Those ones were bad. Apart from that, is literally like getting killed by the Darth Vader NPC so many times was like a little embarrassing. That one was hard for me to reconcile. But I'm never going to be sad that it takes us a while to beat like an actually difficult boss. Like, I'm not disappointed in our Melania performances at all. She's tough, man. Same with this gentleman right here. I mean, he's out here fighting for his life. I'll give him some respect. You're done. He's done. Why are you trying to make it seem like you're not done? I was watching Limmy this morning. He beat Radon in 2 tries. Now here's your follow-up question. Why is said streamer at Radon 4 weeks after the release of the game? I'm not trying to cause any controversy. I'm merely begging the question. Back me up, back me up. Okay, I have some space. Rush me. I want to get to the staircase. I'm going in. My God, we dodged. That's what killed me last time, but I knew it was coming this time, so I wasn't as scared this time. Take a sip. I'd still like my stagger. A little disappointed by that one. Not oh, I am disappointed by that one. I forgot he always has a follow-up now. Died to the AoEs. We're knocking on the door every single time. We're knocking on the door at each juncture. The door's open. Why are you knocking? It's called politeness. I know in our southerly neighbors, for example, they consider politeness to be a weakness. They consider rudeness to be akin to strength. But up here in Canada, we consider politeness strength. It's the inner strength to treat people the way they want to be treated and then talk like just absolutely inordinate amounts of shit about them behind their back. It's the Canadian way. I don't know why I'm going so in, man. Never gonna hit. Never gonna hit. I'm going in again. Beautiful bleed. Beautiful hitbox. I thought I would actually have the time there, but that's okay. He's going in. I'm going in. I'm going in once more. I'm going in once more. I really thought I could roll in there. That's fine. Don't cry. You know what's coming. Attack that can kill you sometimes. Say it, don't spray it, dude. Whatever. Fire? I'm not even worried about fire. Should not have done that. But I'm chilling. Stay close. Get in. Like, this is definitely... You're gonna laugh at me? This is one of those bosses. The further away you are, the worse off it's gonna be. You gotta stay close. Some bosses you want to stay far away. Some bosses you want to stay close. This guy you want to stay close. Bad start. Great start. Adequate start. Bad start. We could have dodged that. Get in there. Dude, this guy does not want to go toe-to-toe with me. Okay, maybe he does. Casino addict starving and I enjoy it. Dude, after watching Bad Vegan this weekend, I feel like I have a moral compulsion to not ever allow the casino in here. Based? No, no, please. Well, I was just joking. Mostly I wanted to start a conversation about the television program Bad Vegan. Which, I would describe, now that I've finished it, as a passable Netflix true crime documentary. It's only 4 episodes. And it's reasonably entertaining. Very watchable. Yeah, it's... By the end of it, look, you might feel bad. I can't control your emotions, okay? By the time you finish it, you might feel bad. But if you hate Billionaires, you will love Bad Vegan. Because the show is basically... well, you know... I don't want to go in too deep. The woman in question at the center of the story is indeed a victim in her own right. Don't get me wrong. But there are some times watching this where you're like, what are you talking about? This guy convinced you that your dog was going to live forever? You're a smart lady. You went to Warden? Somebody comes to you and is like, let's get married, I'll make your dog live forever? You gotta know, come on, you knew that that was not real. I get you don't want to recognize, I rolled into the fire. Trust me, I understand it fully, but still. Anyway, that's Bad Vegan, available on Netflix now. Was she in a cult? Well, like, kind of. How long did the dog live? Well, if I read the material properly, I believe that the dog is still alive, so... Technically, like, you know, the jury's still out. Like, he might be right. Look, I'm not making light of this situation. I understand, you know, it seems like she made a couple of mistakes, and then rather than own up to the mistakes, she faced many opportunities to double down, and chose to double down because maybe there's like a 1 in 1,000 chance, you know, if a dream comes true, you get out of it and you never have to face the music, okay? I can understand how you could dig yourself into a nasty well that way. But it is really funny when they, like, do a face reveal of the dude who convinced her all this crazy stuff, like he's a vampire or whatever, and, like, she needs to... He's like a secret agent, blah, 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 and you're like, man, this guy must be, like, handsome as hell, or, like, at least charismatic, and you're like, no, he just looks like a dude, and he yells a lot. I would have thought at least he would be, like, you know, minimum, like, Ryan Gosling. But he was more like, you know, Ryan Letourneau. I thought that was pretty good. You like that? I could hear her out there. Dude, my wife's been thirsty lately, too. When we went to see the Batman, there was a trailer for that new, you know, Crimes of Grindelwald. Also, Grindelwald is no longer Johnny Depp. Now he's Mads Mikkelsen. She was like, oh, he's so hot. And I was like, yeah, it's Mads Mikkelsen, of course. He's a fox. Then at the end of the movie, she was like, that actor is so hot. And I was like, yeah, Mads Mikkelsen, we talked about it. And then she's like, no, I'm talking about Robert Pattinson from the Batman. And I was like, damn, girl. You're not wrong, but at the same time. And then, like, we watched Spider-Man. I made a tweet. I'm a Marvel guy again. She made a tweet. I love Spider-Man. I'll take any opportunity to see half-naked Tom Holland. Honestly, I'm happy for her. She's living her best life. But she's going in. I can't deny it. They're all hotties, okay? I don't feel like I don't feel slighted. I got eyes. I can look at these guys and I'm like, they're hotties, of course. If I had to rank them, I don't know, my personal favorite, I feel like Mads Mikkelsen I don't feel like we would have like a great relationship. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, this is not really a knock on him. I just think like we're close to 20 years apart probably. I think you can make it work, but I wouldn't want people to accuse him of, you know, taking advantage of me because I'm a young pup in my early 30s and he's probably like in his early 50s. I'm dead, okay. So I'm just not sure that like that would work. And then there's the flip side with like Tom Holland. Tom Holland, like for me, he's a handsome man. Obviously he is a man, but at the same time, you know, he was probably born in 1996. I was born in 1988. Like, I don't know, it's just I'm past all that stuff, okay? But I think Robert Pattinson and I think we could be like best friends with benefits or whatever. I feel like, you know, we've both experienced a meteoric rise to fame in our relative youths. We both regret what we did that got us to that level of fame. Him being in Twilight, me playing so much The Binding of Isaac. And we got to be like around the same age. I think he might be a couple of years older than me, but that's okay. Just kill me. Like, I kind of deserve it for this one. What are you talking about? What, you're not comfortable enough in your sexuality to answer the question of what Hollywood actor you'd like to spend the rest of your life with? Doesn't bother me. I would really like to beat this guy today. I thought for sure we were going to make it easily. Also, I know, again, I'm just farming base like all day today, okay? But like, how sick is it that Robert Pattinson didn't get jacked for the Batman? And I don't mean like he's not in good shape, because he's in great shape. But he just looks like a normal guy who's in great shape. He doesn't look like the fucking Ultimate Warrior or something. Like, he just looks like a guy who works out and takes care of himself. When you see him with his shirt off, you're like, you know, you don't look at him like, wow, that's a physical specimen. You look at him and you say like, wow, that's a guy who's like really healthy. I'm not trying to knock Christian Bale, but that shit does seem kind of silly, like, now. Christian Bale put on 60 pounds in like 3 months to play a man in a suit. Get the man some damn latex or something. You couldn't have just goosed him a little bit? It's got to be hard on your body, man. But I will say, this is just selfish. This is not considering the health of the actors and the actresses involved. I think for young Batman, I prefer like an agile young Batman. When you get like, you know, men in their 50s playing Batman, I like it when it's like a fucking roided out grandpa. Like, I like a 240-pound Ben Affleck playing Batman with like a little gray in his beard. That shit is hilarious. I don't, because you're just like, man, he's got some herding power. But a young Batman, I'm like, just make him agile, man. He's got plenty of time to put on like 100 pounds of muscle and scar tissue. You know what the real problem with the Batman movies is? And I say that knowing that it's one of the best superhero film franchises for sure. Batman has a dearth of villains that are easy to adapt without being silly. You got the Joker, who verges on silliness, or at least self-seriousness. You got the Riddler, who's in the same camp. I thought they did a good job with the Riddler in this movie. But what are you going to do? You know, you're not just going to do that over and over. So, like, what are you going to do in Matt Reeves' The Batman 2, you know? You're going to have him fight Mr. Freeze? What's Mr. Freeze gonna do in a gritty Batman movie? He's not gonna turn people into ice cubes. This shit is like ridiculous. Is he gonna block out the sun like Mr. Burns? You gonna have him fight Killer Croc? I don't even know Killer Croc's deal, man. I think he's like a guy who fell into the sewer and got turned into a crocodile somehow. You can't put that shit in a Matt Reeves movie. It doesn't make any sense. You gonna put False Face in? False Face is just the guy who wears like a mask. If anything, in 2022, that makes him a hero, not a villain. So true. Upvotes to the left, by the way. Upvotes to the left. But then, like, I'm also torn. Because I did not like Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins. I know that's rare. An unusual take, perhaps. But I was just like, this guy's just a dude. He doesn't even have, like, green tubes coming out of the back of his head or anything. He's literally just like an old guy. Supposed to be, like, good at fighting or something. I deserved that one, I guess. That's a great opportunity right there. I just got destroyed. Stop it! Let me heal. Don't you want a fair fight? This is the one. I'm feeling confident again. This confident. Aggression! Aggression will always serve you well! Just get the ideal patterns. Forehead. No! Get in there! Don't pizza cut. Take your time. Take a sip. Get him. No. I was half of a frame away from him just being dead. The jump attack would have gotten him. That's good. Great anti-greed, though. Did you see the anti-greed? Fuck you! Don't care, didn't ask, plus you say dynasty. Oh, it's great. This guy's a great rune. This guy was like nothing. He's like a coward. That's an invasion great rune. What does it do? Also, I'm leveling, man. I'm leveling. And I'm gonna crunch a soul and level some more. It buffs enemies when you invade. That's incredible. That's amazing. I've watched Chibli do the invasion streams, by the way, this weekend, and I was having a great time. Here's what I'm thinking, okay? I actually think that Elden Ring is a prime variety game. It's just not a variety game right now, because it takes 200 hours to finish the campaign. But I think you could easily build a character for summons and do a summoning casino, and probably even use the same character for invasions and do invasion casino for sure. And do, honestly, I mean, like, we're here. We got 10 minutes left. Let's just go fight Millennium. Might as well. Go ahead, take me to the roots. Yeah, this character, I'm just sending, okay? Like, I'm sending this character to the end of the game. But, I I think you could make an invasion and summon character for casinos really easily, and then do like an hour here and there, or more. Okay, I'm just going straight in, man. Straight in. She's like, holy crap, he's different. This guy's leveled his dex up to 22. He's got the hitboxes memorized. Wow, tarnished. Did you level your dex? I thought the old lady threw it into the ocean at the end. Well, I went down and got it for you. Aw, you shouldn't have. I'm winning this fight right now. But you know what? Life comes at you fast. Sasuke? I haven't done anything? Living is a blessing there. By the way, this is a great microcosm of what will happen to you if you summon to help with this boss. Enjoy the host. That was so lucky, but I missed my crit because it's so fast. We gotta bleed though. Enjoy the host never helping out at all, and then Millennia still choosing to do the water dance at the host, and then the host dying in one hit. I don't even blame him. That shit is like tough to dodge. Forgot about the follow-up there. Fair enough. Had to give your body a chance to turn. Sasuke? I'm not like other streamers. I don't even want to be phase 1. Like, we don't even... If we don't have a chance to be phase 2, just kill me. You can draw her aggro with the talisman if you're a summoner. Or a summoned. Yeah, but I don't want to... Look, when I was being summoned for this fight, this is the first time in this game that I would say I was a selfish summon. I was not being summoned to be like, you know, to carry the summoner on my shoulders. I was being summoned to be like, let's get some free opportunities to learn these attacks. And also, maybe, if we win, like a 5% chance, but still, if we win, I'll get like a bunch of souls out of it. And that's exactly how that shit went down. We succeeded once in 50 tries. I lived somehow. Terrible timing. Here, learn how to dodge attacks. Dodge attacks 2022 challenge, impossible. Jump attacks 2022 challenge, impossible not to succeed. Give it to me. Did you beat Mog? I'm so happy to finally be able to answer a did you beat X question today with a yes. Because my mental can only I'm dead. Can only sustain so many, like, did you beat millennias? Don't even get me started on Anthony Kong fan, man. New game +3 naked using a meme whip. Beat millennia? Shit drives me crazy. Why did people... How did they get so good at games? I played this shit like all through my childhood. Not Dark Souls specifically, but video games in general. And then I did it for a job for like 10 years. I'm still ass. Well, it's not. I think I'm actually pretty good at the Souls games. Better than average, but not world class. Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started. Great dodge on her part. I gotta put some respect on her name. That's a good attack. Oh, my sweet summer child. Let me tell you, I watched some other streamers play this. You are not bad. Like, I know I'm good at this. I'm in an awkward place because I'm like also doing the game, not the hardest way, but like a hard way. And a lot of the other people that are at least most visible that do that are like, oh yeah, and I also did it without being hit. But comparison is the theft of joy. Like, well, no, that's not really true. Comparison is like, it's the giver of joy when you get summoned. Because honestly, I felt I've never had my confidence take such a boost in a Souls game than when I started allowing myself to be summoned for some boss fights. And I saw like what other people do when they fight a boss. I tweeted to someone yesterday, but like someone else goes Green 9090 tweeted like, you wouldn't believe like how many hosts in this game when you get summoned just die to one hit. And I replied and I was like, you would, just being genuine with you, the sheer number of times that like I get summoned, the host just fucks off for the whole fight, lets me solo the boss down to 5% of their HP, runs in to try to do a jump attack to get the last hit, and gets hit by some attack that they've never dodged before because they've never dodged any attack that the boss has done, and they get hit by it and die in one hit because they never leveled their vigor. It actually happens like in 10, that's the exact formula of like 10% of my times being summoned. Now there's also sometimes, I really thought that would get you. There's also sometimes where I'm summoned and I'm pure ass. There's also sometimes where I'm summoned. This is how we beat Millennia, by the way. There's times where I'm summoned and there's 3 people. One of them is the host, one of them is me, and then oh no. The third guy is a blue laser beam user. That's as good as it's ever gonna get. And that's a dream come true. I mean, like, when you're a summon and you see somebody else pop in and they have a bright blue laser beam coming out of them immediately, you're like, let's go. We got a shot. Okay, I gotta wait for you to not rot me. And then I'm just gonna try this. Please. I got a sip, lady. Fair enough, fair enough. Can I stagger you? Sip me. There's a rhythm! I'm not respecting the rhythm! It's like a dunk, 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 dunk. It was a good try, though. That's a right-left roll. Thank you for the intel. That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, you can bring down rot buildup with a Scarlet Bolus. The hard part, I guess, like, I think, you know, there's... I like where your head's at with that one. Even though I resent most ways to weasel out of just learning how to dodge a boss's attacks. I think you got your head screwed on straight there, but I also feel like part of the problem is... it's less the rot buildup and more finding time to use an item in battle, even if it's on your pouch. I beat her by eating the rot and just attacking her through the flower. Dude, you know what? I mean, we are at 159. Not afraid to give it a try. Not afraid to give it a try. Okay, I'd say we're both roughly equal dead. Now she's got me by a little bit. I shot her with bubbles. I will say, look, I'm committed to our build, and I mean, if we can beat Millennia, then we can beat anything. And if we can beat Mog, we can beat Millennia. And if we can beat double Erdtree Avatar, we can beat Mog. And if we can beat Misbegotten Crucible, then we can beat double Erdtree Avatar, right? So, like, we're just... It really reminds me of something I wanted to talk to you guys about for a bit. Have you ever heard of the blockchain? So, here's the thing. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. The way this started was I was going to say, I finally saw someone summon an Ash of War, or whatever they're called, the Jellyfish of War. And I did, for the first time, I felt a pang of jealousy. And I'm admitting it, though it's unbecoming of me to have felt it. The honorable, well done. The honorable thing to do is admit it. Because I forget who I was watching. It was just like a random streamer, I think. They went into a boss fight, and they summoned a Viking archer at the very edge of the arena, and then just fought the boss. And I was like, man, this is like literally just 10% free damage. That's so nice. Every time you just walk in and you go ding, 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 and then like a Viking archer just comes out and is like, I got you, dude. It sounds nice, honestly. Now, I'm not going to use them here, but definitely, like, when making an invasioning or a summoning character, I guess it's invading is the word, I got to give him a try. I got to see what it's all about, man. Just a little bit of support. Doesn't have to be the Great Iron Tarkus. Frontier Pharmacist. Okay, you got me. You can't summon when invading? Yeah, but I could use them to beat bosses that would be very hard to solo. As a result, take all of their souls, use their souls to upgrade our equipment beyond the level that we would normally expect to be at by like level 50, and then invade people and crush the shit out of them as the result. Although there is, I will say, I also had a glimmer of despair watching Chib do invasions, because I realized that it's not like, I mean, some people will summon you for like 1v1s, but I don't want to fight those people, because that's, you know, getting some Dark Souls Fight Club stuff. That's not really my vibe. Sasuke? But otherwise, the only people you're going to be invading are people who have used the Furl Calling remedy to see player summon signs. Delay me. So you're basically, oh, I'm dead, always going to be invading someone who has 1 to 2 friends. You can only invade 1v1 versus the Taunter Tongue. Ah, I understand. I do kind of miss, it's probably a gentler new player experience, but I do kind of miss the era of like someone could just be white knuckling their way through like Anne Orlando, and then you're like, surprise, motherfucker. A level 60 dude, full Havel set, Quaylog's Fury Sword. You're like, as soon as you invaded somebody and you saw that they had the Drake Sword, you're like, man, this is gonna be fun. Then they start to run, and you're like, oh, where are you going? Where? They get to their back to the balcony, so there was nowhere to go. You start just shoveling dung pies at them. Oh, man. Okay, good attack, good attack. Oh, that's a nice 1-2 combo for you there. I'll do one more. Oh, man, what a rush. Those were the days. 90, no crafting. You got to kill those huge giants with the clubs in Blighttown over and over to get 99 dung pies. Those were the days, dude. But also, I gotta say, if I invade, at least for a time, I'll probably just exactly steal Chibley's bit of using the talisman that makes you look like either you're the host or you're one of the summons. But I guess, like, the summon is the best one, because the host doesn't give you a glow. Oh. But the, if you're the host, well, the host doesn't get a glow, but if you're a co-op phantom, you'll get a glow. Don't do attacks. Please. This overhead, man. And then, yeah, use the Mimic Veil to become an object. The thing is, though, the object has you, it still has the glow, I think. At least that's what chat was saying. But, I mean, it's not necessarily a reliable narrator. It doesn't? Oh, okay. Oh, but it does if you summon somebody. Holy cow. What if I don't jump? What if I just spam? This is now, I'm literally just pressing L1. What do you think was going to happen? You thought the secret of this boss was going to be mashing one button over and over? I got that for one more. I mean, if we're only going to do one more. Okay, hold on. Let me pop over to my Discord here and say, hello. Are you ready to stream? Smiley face. And then, I mean, don't look. I only have 102 of these left. A resin arc. I didn't even use my flask. That's how I anti-resined it. Holy cow. You see that? What the heck? We're doing like 6 more damage per combo. 25 of those were pogging. Get interrupted. That was like not even close. All right, I could try one more. Hey, stop attacking for 5 seconds, 2022 challenge? Impossible? All right, all right. Did in a moment of weakness, did I try to use multiple rune arcs? Yes. I thought maybe if I used 120 rune arcs, she would have gotten smoked, but... Hitbox. Now we're talking. Now we get in there. Beautiful. Almost got Sasuke'd in a big way. Under, over. I got a pizza cut you. Because I need the window to heal, but that only comes from the stagger we gleaned from a pizza cut. Come on. That was the rune arc right there. The rune arc made all the difference. As I rolled into the Sasuke. At least it's only like, you know, all my HP. Just chill for a second, then you can speak to the manager, okay? Here you go. Take one of these. Then the delay. We out this. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Honestly, this is a fight where I feel like I'm best off at mid-range. I feel like mid-range has helped us out the most here. Not yet. I'm not done. Come on in. Get closer. I got enough. I knew it. I knew it. Now get out of there for a second. I'm gonna wait for like just a couple of seconds, okay? I'm gonna sip early. I only got a little blue left. I know I'm gonna get rotted, or at least there's gonna be a good chance. That's horrible. That's all the bad with none of the good. But what a moment this would be for the gambling agnostic believers if we manage to pull a dub out of here. No attacks, only heals challenge. Possible. Right, left, right, left. I think I died to rot. That's an improvement. Okay, I got one more. Kate's not streaming today. I got one more in me, and then we're gonna can it. Toss a Runark. Give me a flask of wondrous physics. Equip a bolus. I have no purples, unfortunately. I could probably craft some. Hello, Chibli. Hello. I was praising your invasion streams. By the way, I was having a great time. It gave me more motivation to finish the game. Not that I was lacking necessarily, but I mean, this is kind of a this is a bit of a drag. Sure, yeah, okay. Let's just start the fight over from the very beginning. That sounds good. Yeah, great dodge. Your input reader. Yeah, well, I'll do one more probably. But I want to finish the game now so I can make an invasion character. Or after I like beat the final boss, could I respec and just leave like half of my levels on the table? Could I respec and be like, hey Runella, you can just take like half of these levels for yourself to make somebody else's game harder? You can't. Okay, well, it would be nice though. 150 is the meta? Yeah, if you want to do late game PvP and invasions like a nerd. If you want to make your name on Twitter like the crestfallen warrior of the lands between, I want to be like level 8 and invade people as they try to fight like the burial Erdtree watchdog and just freaking gank them. Yeah, I want to invade new players and make them fear the online mechanics so that they never summon because they're worried that they're going to be invaded by me. How about one more? How about we just like do this? Check this out. New mechanic. Obviously, just pressing L1 is never going to work, but pressing A or X and L1, that could get you. I'm insane. Thank you. Freaking finally. Oh my god. Then pizza cutter. We interrupted her her nasty attack. That's not even that nasty. You just have to learn how to dodge it like I did. I hate you for input reading. Just kill me. Just shoot me. Okay. Well, fair enough. Still tough. Anyway, tomorrow, now we got at least one boss today that was actually quite hard. Now we can make some progress tomorrow. And then come back to Millennia at the end of the game.